Peace and power. Today I am live once again. Oh, might want to talk into the microphone. I'm just trying to test this stuff out. So this is round 2 of testing. Thank you and welcome for being here. Yeah, I know I'm silly. So I went back over the video from yesterday and you all could not hear the sound effects. So I just wanted to make sure those were in place. I was cracking up yesterday and thinking that y'all was hearing it too, and y'all weren't. So when I went back over the video, and so before we get the podcast going, we just want to make sure we know how to use the equipment. As I stated yesterday, I still will be going live, but it will be mostly podcast for Case Alchemy. When I sat down again without any lip chap, it's okay. My lips are back to their normal color. And I just want to check in. I just saw a story. Sometimes I go over to Willie D Live, and that's Willie D from the Ghetto Boys. He has a YouTube channel. If you need to hear news by people that look like you, it's a good channel. I don't agree with everything he says, but it is on point. So I'm going to while I'm doing this video, I need to be dropping links as well. I'm not gonna drop a link for Willie D though. I don't know him, he don't know me. But it was about Richard Pryor and his son being violated. And this is allegedly being violated by Paul Mooney. And the bodyguard is telling this story in an interview and saying that the only reason that Paul Mooney is alive is because, Richard Pryor set itself on fire. Now, we all know we don't know if these stories are true or false, but what we do know is Paul Mooney does look a little on the feminine side. And when I first heard the story, some stuff you'd be like, nah, that didn't happen. When I first heard the story, it wasn't that unbelievable, sadly. So, of course, we know this is going to cause a media storm because this is what we do. It'll be ablaze on social media by tomorrow. But it was just sad to hear. Very sad to hear. And said that Richard Pryor wanted to put a hit on Paul Mooney. It's allegedly. And then, Richard Pryor was on drugs real bad. So he literally set himself on fire. 151 alcohol. When they said he was doing drugs that night. I don't know. And maybe that's why he suffered from a lot of depression. I can only imagine feeling like you couldn't protect, and I don't know if it's his only son, but like you couldn't protect your son. Now, I'm waiting, I'm checking back, making sure nobody's in the chat. I'm going to, I was going to share it in the chat box. Let me see if I can do that. Ugh. I'm not going to play the video. Uh, I'm just going to put the link in the chat box from the video so you all can check it out. It's just a weird story, weird timing of a story. Y'all gotta excuse my locks. It's time for me to touch my roots up. It's all bushy and puffy. But truth be told, I like my locks when they get grown out. Yeah, and I want to put some braids in. That's what I want to do, but I don't like doing my own hair. I wish I could share the screen. Let me see if I can share the screen here. We're going to pop the chat box out so I can monitor the chat. And then it gives me an option to share the live while it's going, but no option to share the screen. Not surprised. This is probably a good reason that everybody is switching over to podcasts. It's like these people control. Excuse me. But yeah, I want to talk about that story. It was just weird. And that's about, like I said, Richard Pryor. I'm over here. Gotta be careful. Yeah, I didn't want it directly in my face. Doesn't make sense. And I want to say thank you all for going over to my new social media platform yesterday and subscribing. I got it done. Y'all see those links in the box, the website, my Linktree, my blog. Y'all check out my blog too. I have to get that back cracking. I said I was working on a blog, so while I was away from my channel, just trying to get everything in position. So we're going to test this out again and again until we make sure that we have it correct. And I'm looking to see what other things are here to share in my subscription. Everybody doing a video on the Popeyes chicken sandwiches. I don't think that's video worthy. They're definitely not getting any time on my platform. They're not even paying people for the reviews. So just one of those things where we social media users are using our social media in the wrong way. If you're going to be doing stuff like that, you at least want to be getting paid for either advertising or a review. In other news, we have a lot of people talking about timelines are collapsing right now. And of course, the Ascension crew, they're still waiting to ascend up out of here. It's coming. They have set dates. You got I don't know how many, but a relocation crew. They're all going towards Antarctica, and they are going to find point zero, which in the conscious community is where it all began, the Garden of Eden. So we just want to watch for these things. We know that in the language does not support or nor does it instruct us to go to Antarctica. We know that in the language, when you study the language, the wilderness, when you speak of wilderness, we know that it does not mean to travel outward from your position. Wilderness in the language means to be surrounded by your enemies. So that puts a whole lot of stuff, that one word, into proper perspective. Definitely Oh, is this creating an echo? Let me see. Nobody's in the chat. Let me see. I didn't think about it till now. Let me check and see if this is creating an echo. Okay. Hello. Oh, hello. 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 I'm trying to see is the speaker being on. I'm trying to see is the if you're in the chat room, is the speaker being on creating a echo or is the stream fine? We need the speaker for that, but is it creating an echo when I speak? Type 1 if it is, 2 if it is not. Hello. 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 I don't know. I really don't. If you hear an echo, this is testing. This is just me testing out the equipment. Nobody's here. Okay. Well, that doesn't help. Anyway, I guess we can turn the speaker off since we're not using the sound effects right now. Okay. Maybe that's better. I don't know. Now, moving forward, I know you all will see this later. I know a lot of people are still at work. Shout out to my new subscribers. Welcome. I hope you enjoy the channel. Please do not forget to go through the archives. These videos are still prevalent to this day. So check out the archives. If you don't see me in the video, it's probably something I shared. I will be going through deleting all the videos that are not myself and just moving forward that way. Now, Trump threatens to cut social media and Medicare. This information is being shared under fair use. Fair use is the law. And I'm going to go ahead and pull up fair use just so we can go over what fair use is. I've noticed an uptake. They blocked another one of my videos yesterday. An old video. So weird. But it's okay. Okay, so fair use. Yeah. Mom. In U.S. copyright law, the doctrine that brief excerpts of copyright material may, under certain circumstances, be quoted verbatim for purposes such as criticism, news reporting, teaching, and research without the need for permission from or payment to the copyright holder. Okay, so fair use is the law again. And what we're going to do is make sure we know that we know that we know. So everything shared in this video is protected under fair use law. I'm going to go ahead and keep that in the chat box. Okay, so we got that. We know what fair use is. We're going to go over some of these topics.
According to the National Committee to Preserve Social Security and Medicaid, there's an estimated vow to cut Social Security and Medicare if re-elected in 2020. Ironically, this is the same dude who vowed not to cut Social Security and Medicare if elected when he ran for president in 2016.
And the reason why I don't agree with everything he says is because these are the same people. Obama lied when he was running as well. But nobody will say, hey, well, Obama said he wasn't going to do this and then he did it. So,
He also claimed in 2016 that if elected president, within his 8-year term, he would totally wipe out the national deficit of $19 trillion. We're going to get rid of all of it. Guess how much the national deficit is right now? 22 trillion. Can somebody say going backwards? What I want to know is, with people buying into Social Security, putting your money into Social Security, all of these years, it's supposed to be to have something when you retire. Where are people going to get their money from when they retire? Where's the money going to come from?
okay, I'm going to share the link for this video in the chat box. That's where it's going. And this is again Willie D sharing about Trump's his promise to cancel out Medicaid and Social Security. Yeah. I don't know. That's how I despise for Trump. kids and snacks. Anyway, funny that we're talking about Social Security. I got my Social Security email telling me to log in. Y'all, I gotta adjust. I'm sitting cricket. Hold on. Oh, okay. Yeah, that feels a whole lot better. I received my letter from Social Security, um, telling me how much I would get, and I went from I was working all this Social Security to when I was working, I had got up to like well over $1,000 a month. But now it's saying only four something a month. And I can talk freely about this because I don't think it's going to be there. They've been stealing out of Social Security and Medicare for years. They're just continuing to take it out of your check. But we all know in a few years that will not be available. Don't you be fooled and think you're going to retire and have something. They've been stealing since Clinton was in office out of the Social Security and Medicare funds. So, you know. But anyway, I was just looking at it. It was just weird to see where this is something I started working early, something I have been paying into my whole working experience, and how easily it can all be gone one day because they're putting their hands in the cookie jar. Point blank, period. So yeah, that's what I was looking at the other day. Trying to see what else I can share. It's not much on here. Again, I just want to test out these buttons. Cracking my own self up. Okay. Um, and I think I'm gonna go. I know y'all are busy. That information from those videos are in the chat box. And I'm going to link all of my stuff again. Matter of fact, boom, 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 boom. I should go and link it right now while I'm still here. No reason to wait. The longer you wait to get something done, more likely it will not get done in a timely manner. Checking in. This is it. One day ago. It's 2 videos this week, y'all. And guess what? Peace and power to you. Peace and power to you. I'm like, what's that noise? I was confused. Y'all saw me looking around. I was looking. Now, why is my links not here? Y'all, all my links are gone. Now I'm finna get mad. Why can't I see the links on the video? I copied them. Okay, so now they're back. YouTube, please stop playing. Okay, checking in. Now the links are back, y'all. Channel update. Okay, let's go to my channel. 566 subscribers. You all, please let's try to get 1,000. Um, um, the more you share, the more subscribers, the more successful this channel will be. Now, this is what I was telling y'all yesterday. When you're fresh and new, you're fresh off the porch, you just want to share the information. And so that is what I was doing. Just sharing information. I wasn't necessarily looking at it from a business point of view. So now we've been off the porch now for a couple of years, and we see all of these new channels sponsored and very successful. And we've been taking business classes. We've been just really, really working to get everything correct, set up correctly. And we're going to take this platform to the next level. So, what I have in store for you this time around, we're going to have guests. And I know I've promised you guests before. These aren't promises. The last time I was supposed to have a guest, she saw that we had different views on voting, and she did not want to do the interview on water fasting. Two totally separate things, but it's just you have to separate your political and religious views from your social media platforms and your businesses, because this is what happens. People blur the lines. She wasn't even going to tell me she wasn't going to do the show. She just did not respond. And then when I asked, she did say, yeah, she changed her mind. And nonetheless, she's still successful at water fasting. But now I know. My social media just it's being transformed as we speak. It's time to grow and also create the change that we want to see in the world. That starts with you at home. So I'm learning, as my mentor would say, I was casting my pearls to swine, and not to call the young lady swine or anything, but it's just when you're debating about these things, things that are personable to you and closest to your heart, but you're debating with somebody that just loves to debate. They really aren't into the study of it all and really finding out the truth. Then you already know. You shouldn't even be having that conversation with somebody that is not on your level. So, yeah, that's what happened with the last guest. But what's new, we're going to bring in guests. Anybody who has told me they wouldn't mind being on my platform, speaking about a variety of topics. We're not boxing ourselves in here. I would love for you to reach out. If you're on some political or religious soapbox type of wanting to come on, then I'm sorry, but we can't do that. But you can speak about things that you have studied and you're well versed in. We're going to try to get Miss Joyce as a guest. Shout out to you, Miss Joyce. Also, my mentor. Hey, Indigo. She'll be coming on and we'll be speaking candidly. And we're going to go ahead and just take this channel and make it do what it do. A lot of people stuck around. So I am showing back up more content, better content. I got sound effects. I have a background, so to speak. This is my room divider I was telling y'all about. I'm going to go ahead and get my logo fit for the room divider, and we're going to transform this into my little safe space. Well, I'll come and bring you different topics and updates. Um, and we're just gonna have fun with it, y'all. I miss getting on my platform. I am 30 minutes in. This means I am about to go. I don't want to make this too long and you listening 30 minutes. It was already a lot of fluff. I'm trying to make sure there's no more stories that I can share with you all before I leave. Let's see. And then I'm going to go replay the video to make sure you can hear. Make sure you can hear the sound effects. Gone. Let me see. Okay. It's some good stuff on here. And I'm going to play. Now I'm going to listen to this stuff in the background. I've learned I can't just play stuff because, honey, people have you thinking they're going in one direction and then they'll take it to the left, and then you have your audience thinking that you're agreeing with this person in full. So I'm just going to start researching. I did want to clear up what I was saying about homeschool yesterday. Yes, I just you do want to check the homeschool laws in your state to make sure that you are in compliance when it comes to homeschool. I reside in the state of Texas. They are homeschool friendly and very supportive. They want you to homeschool. So that's where I am. So you have to check the laws in your state. But the tips that I got, excuse me, sorry. The tips that I gave you, they still stand. You just have to check the laws. And I'm writing notes. Another thing that is important when you are homeschooling, you want to know what learning style the children that you'll be homeschooling are going to be needing from you. If you don't know learning styles, look it up. You have to know what learning style, what excites your child, what method of learning excites your child more, and also pay attention to if that child is retaining the information. And I just wanted to go ahead and share this with you. We learn and retain 10% of what we read, 20% of what we hear, 30% of what we see, 50% of what we see and hear, 70% of what we say or write, and 90% of what we teach. So to allow students to lecture, they would be retaining the information by 90%. 70% of what we say or write, and this is allowing the students to also get up and speak, learn how to get up and address a room, and writing. That's how we manifest as well, that writing. So um, you want to make sure that you're set on whether or not you're going to be teaching manuscript and cursive writing. They have discontinued cursive writing in the schools. We are going to teach it as well, but you want to make sure you know that you know. I would advise that you do, but if you don't, that's on you. The 4 steps in learning are desire, input and environment, assimilation, and repetition. Repetition. So you want to get the children hyped up to learn. That's where the desire comes in at. And input and environment. You want to make sure, that's why I said create a space, a learning space in your home. Don't just try to teach your children in their regular setting or in their bedroom or the living room. Create a learning space for them. Makes them feel special, and it helps in the learning process. Also, assimilation, putting information together. That's what I'm working on now, creating packets, and I have to put my calendar together, and every week we'll be completing those packets. And again, repetition. Make sure that they know that they know that they know. So you are giving them information from different sources, but the information supports the information that you are teaching. And I'm sorry that it took me so long to get into this stuff. These are just some notes that I had taken when I had decided that I was going to share with you all. And that's all I have for now. I have to go because I have to work on my lesson plans. It's not something that happens in one day. As I stated, we've been gathering books for years. I do want to shout out my sponsor. Hey, Ray. Yeah, we got to start celebrating our husbands. If you have a good husband, you should have no qualms about celebrating him. We have to start celebrating our husbands. It's a lack in that department when it comes to us on these platforms and stuff. I see a couple of sisters celebrating their significant other, but we have to make this thing popular. The matriarch has put a drain. I mean, the patriarch has put a drain on the matriarch, but we don't want to be salty. We still want to celebrate those that support us in one way or another. So shout out to my sponsor. Thank you for all of your support. All right, you all. I am out of here, and I need to be trying to put together some commercials for my freaking products. So that'll be coming soon. So on this platform, I could be playing my own commercials. All right, y'all. Oh, if you have anything that you would like to advertise on my platform, send it to me. I want to see it, feel it, hear it, whatever it is, and we'll go ahead and put it out here. If it's legit, send it to me. Get at me. All right, peace and power, and I'm out of here.